Hey guys, welcome back to Easy Life. Today we continue our Shanghai Masters quarterfinal against Judd Trump. We are even Steven at 4-4, going into this final episode, so let's get into it. So potential 3 frames, minimum of 2. So yeah, pretty tight, So 2 or 3 frames, Not much to pick between there. And straight away we've been given a long red, very green-esque shot, similar to a long green that I'm pretty good at, pretty reliable at those long greens. But man, this is tough, knowing that you've left it on at his mercy, should you miss. So here goes. Wow, we've got it in. Let's go. And cue ball, not bad at all. Green into middle or blue into corner, whichever I fancy. So green into middle is probably the wise choice here.
I want this to drop into the centre pocket. And in it goes. Wonderful shot. 4.
Pot's there. Put everything into the pot there. Put absolutely nothing into position. Just thought position would sort itself out, hopefully. Just trusted to luck with position. I didn't get much, so it's just a safety. Think I've hit the pink. So it's an okay safety. Not my finest, no. Left reds on, but they are tough, so. Opponent's thinking. Let's have a little look what Judd decides to play. Because it is Judd and not Mark Selby, remember. Judd is a very attacking player in real life as well. Well, I don't know how very attacking, like there's more attacking players than Judd, I think, like Jack Lasowski, his best friend, Ronnie O'Sullivan. Tepchai, I knew. All good players, all very attacking, all ones that spring to mind. Tepchai, I knew, obviously not in the top 16. He did make it to the top 16 for the Masters this year, and he qualified for the Masters. He played in it. He lost in the first round to defending champion Stuart Bingham. I don't know how Judd Trump's making stuff on this chance, because this was a very tough chance. Like, I left him, like, literally nothing. And he picked out a pot, he got it in, and this is the result. Like, what am I supposed to play? This is called unplayable. Shouldn't have taken any sort of pity on him. No mercy. That's what they say. John Kreese is right. If any of you have watched the Karate Kid Cobra Kai franchise, John Kreese. No mercy. That's his motto. Man confronts you, he's the enemy. An enemy deserves no mercy. That is his line. That's a famous line from John Kreese, right there. A man confronts you, he is the enemy. An enemy deserves no mercy. And Judd Trump is the enemy. And he's going to take a huge lead in this frame before we get any sort of a chance, by the looks of things. Does look like he's going to be taking the lead at 5-4. And it's all because we took mercy on him a few frames back, when we were in the driving seat, thinking that we were in the semi-finals and we were laughing, but no, this is the result. This is what we got in return, and it's a concede frame job. So if we're winning this match, we're winning it on a deciding frame. So after opening up with such a good long pot, we were forced into playing a safety shot, and well, that was the result. It wasn't a bad safety by any means. That's not a bad safety. There is absolutely no pot on there. Unless he flukes one, which would hurt. Nice and attacking, Judd. Ooh, nice and attacking for us. That's what we love to see. Now, does this black pot? Look, do not go for a 147. It is not worth the Shanghai Masters. It is not worth the Shanghai Masters. Yeah, making a 147 does not mean more to me than winning the Shanghai Masters. The Shanghai Masters is one of my favourite tournaments to play in. On this game, I'm not going to throw it away for the sake of a 147. So I didn't even go for the black, because I didn't even think the black was a good choice. Just focus, you've got a good chance to force a decider. Forget the fact that this isn't the winning frame, just play the right shot. And when you're down on your shot, focus on only the shot. Just keep focused, stay focused, focus on what is important. Not the bigger picture, just focus on it frame by frame. You can do this. You can do this, buddy. Just talking to myself there. Just pep talking myself. No, I didn't even play for the blue. Play for the blue though. It's the better choice. The pink's silly. Don't be silly. Don't be greedy. It's not a matter of being greedy and going for points. It's a matter of sticking to my initial plan. I think that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Well played.
It's okay. Neil Founds has approved. Neil Founds has approved. If Neil Founds has approved, it's a good shot.
It's critical here.
It's dropping. It's reached. We're on the black.
13.
We're on the black. Milestone. What a milestone in this frame, getting the black on its spot.
Gently does it. 20.
No, play it straight along the cushion. Play it straight along the cushion. Nice and gently, I'll be on the blue if I'm not on the black.
This is a tricky one along the cushion.
This is a tricky one, Dave. Be on the yellow if the cue ball doesn't slow up. I might even be on the pink. I'm on the pink.
Well, he's playing this into the left middle pocket. Nicely done.
Good recovery.
He seems full of confidence at the moment. 27.
Just be careful there, just make sure I got the right side of the blue. Just play it with a bit of side as well. You know, had to work hard there to get that on the right side of the blue. I've done it. Safety blanket of the pink's completely gone up the table. It's an okay-ish shot. No, it's more than okay. That'll more than do. At plus net, what you say it will do, that means it will more than do. That came out of absolutely nowhere. That's just the words of the advert. Just trying to calm myself down by saying something silly. I mean, that's completely stupid. That came out of absolutely nowhere. At plus net, when we say it will do, it means it will more than do. That's pretty good. That's pretty good indeed. What a shot he's pulled out there. Only issue's going to be is that pink's now tied to the yellow spot and the yellow's tied to the pink spot. So we've got a bit of an issue whereby we want to cannon the yellow off that spot and don't pot the yellow, pot the pink and then pot the yellow basically to get the yellow and pink back on their spot. Or we can do the opposite, cannon the pink away from its spot, pot the yellow and pot the pink. But I'm not bothered about the yellow getting back on his spot. I don't really care for the yellow too much. Just bothered about the pink getting back on his spot. But if I can do this without the pink, it will be fine. I'll treat the yellow as my pink. I've got the balls at my mercy. That's what matters at the moment. Let's not try and hold the white on the pink on that spot, because then the yellow is going to cover it, or it could potentially cover it, and then I'm going to be in all sorts of trouble, regretting what I've done and cursing that decision basically. So I think I'll leave that one.
45.
Well, that was an underhit.
46.
And these are moments that can cost you. Because now, I don't see how I'm getting to a red from here. Right. So I'm just going to try and pot this pink, blast it around the table, hope for the best.
Well, he's taking it on.
I'm sure this pink does go in. Yeah, pink goes in.
Great shot. Oh, wonderful shot.
Well, Neil's not criticised, so it's probably a red. It looks like I am on a red, yeah.
52.
Well, that is positional luck. Positional luck, if that's ever a thing. And that black pots, which could be a help, or could be something that I'm not too bothered about. I'm not going to take the black on this shot. Let's play up the table. That's fine.
53.
Positional luck, that's a funny term.
58.
And what a time this is to produce a good break, right when I need it. Couple pots to secure this 10th frame and to take this match the distance. Who would have thought it when I was cruising at 3-0 that I'd be the one to be relieved that this match is going to a decider. Played well in this frame
59.
and could not have an easier frame ball. So much so that continuing the break from here is going to be a challenge. Well, unless I play an adventurous positional shot, which I'm going to, because
The blue required.
it's a very easy pot. Which I've got the pot.
And that
Looks like I'm on the red. So, chance for the century. Of course I'm going to try for it. I'm very attacking like that. I like my attack.
nicely on the blue.
Nicely on the blue. Blue's not really my intention here, so not really bothered about being nicely on the blue. That's some nice trivia, as far as I'm concerned. Played that with a lot of side to get down the table.
67.
Well, I don't know about a pot here. It's just a thin pot on the, just a thin cut on this red, perhaps.
Half a chance, but a chance nonetheless.
It's gone in.
Shot. Unbelievable.
Thanks to instinct.
68. Just wants this pot to drop into the pocket. 70.
Me over these last two sessions has reminded me of Stuart Bingham in the last session of the
71.
semi-final against Selby. He played really well in the third session to build the lead, and then in the last session he kind of just squandered it, but was able to keep his nose in front when he was pegged back to being level. He was eventually overtaken, but then he came back. He didn't quite force a decider, but he very nearly did force a decider. It was just Selby was just very lucky. Selby made two huge errors, safety errors, and just got away with them like flat out. It was just Bingham. That was just daylight robbery for Bingham, that frame.
77. Looking to play
So don't have to play up the table for the yellow, just drop this black in. The yellow's right here. Good angle to get to the green, which is up the table, but not on its spot. Close to the yellow spot, in fact. So just stun that in, or whatever it's called. Shoot it in.
Pop this into the left corner pocket. That's an excellent pop. 89.
This has been a really, really well thought out break. Really, really patient. Really, really just cool. You know, this frame could easily have been the last. So now all we're going to want in the decider is a chance, like we had against David Gilbert, and we flourished with that chance against Gilbert, but don't see us making a century here, I'm sorry to say, guys. Unless I can get this double in. That will be curtains for this frame. No. No double. Breaker 98 does give us the 10th frame, and we force a decider 5-5. So could this be like the Yan Bingtao story? Making it through the tournament through a string of deciding frames, and then winning the final by 2 frames. By a 2-frame margin, actually. It's a decent break, not very attacking at all. Quite a conservative break for how Judd's been playing this match. Heart is now racing. I think that's just about going to reach and just about not going to go too far. Nope, it's gone too far, so Judd Trump, you've got the first chance, you lucky sod. You got an angle on the pink as well. You don't take it, but you got a half ball cannon and you're on absolutely nothing, so we have been let off. Our mistake has been forgiven, if you like. Snooker terms. Snooker gods do have some forgiveness. Remember how they treated Sean Murphy last year for missing frame ball in frame 2 against Noppon Sankam at the Crucible. Missed frame ball in frame 2 to go 2-0 up. And after that, the snooker gods held it against him for quite some time. They let Sangam clear up in that frame. They then let Sangam take a 4-1 lead before letting him win the match 10-4. That was just... I took that on knowing that that could be my last shot if I missed. I just... Heart of a lion in that shot, or whatever it's called. Bravery of a lion, I don't know. That was just... That was a brave shot to take on. This isn't the red that I played for, but it's the optimum red to be on. Could do with this running on, could do with this running on. Oh, not far enough. That would have been a bonus because it wasn't the red I was playing for. So it wasn't the colour that I was playing for. I was just playing for the yellow, so it's been a big bonus if I was on that pink, I'll tell you that. That would have called for some Euros celebrations, for a Euros that we didn't even win.
He's right on top of his game at the moment.
Euros celebrations for the Euros that we didn't even win. Oh, that was painful. I don't want to be thinking about that. Not on this frame. Not on such an important frame. I don't want to be thinking about bad times on this frame. I just want to have thoughts of positivity and confidence in this frame. I don't want to be thinking about Italy's triumph. Well, I'm not really too bothered about Italy's triumph. I'm more bothered about the fact that England didn't win, but no, Italy didn't qualify before 2018, the World Cup, and they come out of the blocks and win this. Like, the first match was against Turkey. We were like, well, obviously Italy's going to win that, just because, well, Italy's obviously going to be better than Turkey. Turkey haven't won anything, have they? Not any major events that I can think of. And Italy's probably won major events, so yeah, Italy's obviously going to win that. Then Italy plays Switzerland. You know Italy's going to beat Switzerland because you just know, because Switzerland don't win any events, not that I know of anyway. And then Italy wins Wales. You know Italy's going to beat Wales because by that point I'd heard about how well Italy were doing. And also, I'd realised that, Wales don't even qualify for the World Cup, so like, they've only ever qualified once, and that was back in the 50s. So I'd say Wales aren't that good compared to Italy. But then again, Italy didn't qualify last time, and in 2014 and 2010 group stage exit, 2010 with the curse of the group stage, or the winner's curse, a bit like the Crucible curse. So we all know who's going out in the first round next year. It's already started, their downfall, France's downfall has already started, a week. We struggled this year in the Euros. I love how the group of death was supposed to be the group of death, the scary one, yet they were all out by the end of the last 16 at the hands of England, Belgium and Switzerland. Yeah, Switzerland on penalties, but still. For France. Injustice, really, that Hungary didn't get through, I think in another group Hungary would have thrived. Portugal was in their group last time round, 2016, and Hungary topped that group. It wasn't a group of death, but still. Maybe, but then squads are different. Ronaldo wasn't in Portugal's squad that year. He wasn't playing, he was injured. But Portugal still won without Ronaldo. I'm talking maybe as if he's carrying the team. I don't know if he does. He probably does carry them quite a bit. He scored most of their goals, but then again, he's only a striker. I'm not a big football fan, so, I was talking to some guys at school. We were talking about the Belgian football team, and they were talking about all the good players, and I goes, yeah, but Lukaku's the best, isn't he? He scored all the goals. They goes, no, how's Lukaku the best? Just because he scored all the goals, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, the other guys set the goals up for him. He's just there to score, that's his job. And then you realise, oh yes, Lukaku is good, but he's not the best. He's not the most decorated player. They don't always go on about Lukaku when they talk about Belgium. You hear all these De Bruynes and Hazards, but you don't hear about Lukaku that much. Lukaku's just some guy who's really good at scoring goals, and Lukaku's just got a guy who claims all the goals, claims all the glory, but doesn't set it all up. So doesn't get as much celebration. Doesn't mean he's a bad player. He's a very good player still. A very loyal friend as well. It's not to me, by the way. Don't know him personally, but to Chris Eriksson, He loves Chris, he said, when he scored that goal. It's very friendly. He goes, he was crying before the match. That's emotional, I think he kind of just let his feelings out on the pitch, scoring 2 goals that match for his team. I suppose it would hurt you, your friend. It's your friend, he collapsed, You don't know if he's going to be alright, yet you still managed to score 2 goals. I mean, pretty impressive. Denmark lost after that, but that's unsurprising. Denmark were going to be upset. They weren't going to be fully focused on the match. That's kind of a believable thing. Another thing that happened to Denmark is they also got a penalty in that match against Finland. They didn't get the penalty, and I can't remember who took it, but I remember they took a penalty and it got saved by the Finnish goalkeeper. It wasn't like the Rashford or something, or the Gareth Bale. He did actually. Pretty sure it was by the goal. You know about Gareth Bale and Marcus Rashford's penalties. Let's not talk about Marcus Rashford in these times. That was almost a risky pot, playing it at pace. I would have liked this cue ball to come back a little bit further, but I'm still pretty happy with the position overall, so I'll take what's happened. Oof. Red colour. Oh, that was frame ball. Thought I needed a colour and a red afterwards.
That should effectively remove any ideas the opponent may have for this number. 59. He's taking this on.
Black doesn't go in, so he's going to play on, presumably. I don't know if we've left him a pot.
59.
But he's left us a pot, so I was fearing the worst then with snookers required. Just want this to go in. And that chance was all opened up by that extremely brave do or die long pot. I don't believe I took that on, really. When I was going for it, I thought, what the hell are you doing? Why are you taking this on? And then I thought, no, just be brave. If it goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't, look, it's only a game. I know you like this tournament, but still. And this is really good. We're doing the Yambing Tao at the moment, making it, surviving on deciders. And you know, fair play. I don't say so, but he won fairly. He won fair and square. He was a really good player in that tournament. He's the best player. He won. He's good. He's a good player. Yambing Tao is. You know, he deserved to win that tournament. There's nothing wrong with winning on deciders. A win's a win at the end of the day. It's all that matters. People won't say, haha, you won on deciders. No one cares in the end, as long as you win. And yeah, we're through to the next round. We're through to a best of 19. It's going to be a best of 19 semi-final. So back to the Shanghai Masters semi-final, just like last season. We're into the semi-finals. This is a really good run. So highest break 117. I believe that was by Judd Trump back in frame 4 to make it 3-1 mid-session. Who we got in the semis then? Over 19 frames. I believe it's 19 frames. That is a player I did not expect to play in the semi-finals. Jack Lisowski. Okay. I was thinking, might get Mark Selby, might get Neil Robertson, might get John Higgins, we might get Mark Williams. Jack Lisowski was not on that list of players that I would have expected to get in the semi-finals. But hey up, we got Jack Lisowski over 19 frames, everyone. Who did we beat in the first round? Dave Gilbert, right. How have we got Jack Lisowski in the semi-finals? Like, can you just take a moment to appreciate how insane that is? I can't believe it, but I don't think Jack can. That was just something I didn't expect. I don't think we've had Jack on this career mode yet, but we've got him now. Man, that is an old photo of Jack Lisowski. He looks nothing like that anymore. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you soon, and goodbye.